Hi everybody, today I'm going to show off all of my pickups from Tinley. Just like last year, my very first pickup isn't even a ball python, but this year, it's not even a snake. Say hello to our new Herman's tortoise, the very uniquely named Michelangelo. No one's ever done that before. And I didn't even name it actually. I got a Herman's tortoise for my son. He's been wanting a tortoise for over a year now. He saw him at Tinley, and I've sort of tried to talk to him about other reptiles to see if his interest would shoot from different areas, and it never really did. Some sort of tortoise was always what he wanted to get. So we did our research. He did his research as well with me. We had to make sure that it was reasonably sized because when buying a tortoise, you can make very bad decisions. You can go get a little tortoise that's you can find for 75 bucks, and maybe you've heard of it. It's called a sulcata tortoise. It's so little, so little. Just like these guys normally are too. You can get them like about that big. The difference between this guy and the sulcata tortoise is a Herman's tortoise is kind of sort of like a Russian tortoise. They get about the same size, which is maybe about that big. A sulcata tortoise might get nearly as big as this table. Yeah, that's too much for me. You need to make sure you have the ability to house something like that, and to take care of something like that. We actually, funny story, have a neighbor, or I don't know if they still have it because I haven't seen it in a long time, but they had a sulcata tortoise. One day, driving home from work, I had to do a double take as I seen a tortoise just cruising down the road on my way home. That was really weird, but I guess the story behind that was that they let their tortoise free roam their home. They would leave for work, and this tortoise would just walk straight up to their door, just be like, boom! Just get right out and go for a walk. He's really cool. My son's ecstatic about him, and we're really happy to have him. Next up is this pickup I got from Jason Kittinger at Kittinger Reptiles. She's an absolutely gorgeous super orange dream, yellow belly, possible het clown. I really wasn't looking for it to be het clown, but I'm actually going to be sending the shed away to those new genetic things just to find out, because that could drastically change what I want to do with her if she does end up being het clown. And the way it was described to me is she's a possible het clown. Basically it was, I believe he said, 2 66%ers that went to each other, and then that offspring went to another snake, and then right here, this is where she comes out. So none of that was ever proven. What I got her for was the ability to possibly make freeways. I know an ivory might be the better way to do that because you're always getting one of the copies of yellow belly. But I wanted to make something that has a little bit more splash to it. At this point, I know everything that will come out of this girl eventually will be Orange Dream, and then I could always get that yellow belly. But if I'm breeding it to, say, an asphalt, or if I pick up a super asphalt boy, which is a lot cheaper than a super asphalt girl, and I'm always gonna pass that asphalt gene on. And I think that's the route I wanna go, because then I will always get asphalts for sure, and I will always get ODs when that pairing is done. So I'll have asphalt, ODs, and everything. And I could also get the freeways out of that too, with the Orange Dream. That's, I think, the method I'm gonna go. Plus another breeder actually had recommended and said go get this snake, because you can get an ivory for not all that much typically as a baby, and honestly I could probably get a breeder ivory. So I'm stunned with her. I don't even know why I took so long to make up my mind on her, and Jason is one of the titans in the ball python industry in my opinion. And he's a really good guy. She is just stunning. If you just take a look at some of these sides on her, and then the granulation in there, the yellows and the oranges, and then how black the blacks are. I've said it many times, I'll say it again, contrast is my game. But the yellow belly influence, bringing up the flaming on the sides here, this is just such a gorgeously beautiful girl. I am so excited to have her here. If she proves out to be het clown, holy cow. I mean, I could be going for freeway clowns with OD. That's insane for a first time. At the very least, I'll be going for OD freeways, which is what I plan to do. So she's already well started, as you can see. So I'm not gonna need to wait 3 years, most likely. I don't think she's gonna be ready next year, but she will be in 2. I finally added a red stripe clown to my collection. Unfortunately, she's in shed, so you don't get to see how beautiful she really is at her peak. But she is still gorgeous. I got her from Exotic Design Reptiles. I am in love with her. The deep rustic reds that you get on red stripe are just so killer, and I can't wait to start utilizing her. I have my GHI Spot Nose clown, and I think that in the future, these two are about due to have a date. A GHI Red Stripe Spot Nose Clown. Wow. And where could you go from there? Even now, with her in shed, you can still get hints of this rustic red kind of running through what would normally be a darker blacker pattern. Red Stripe has so much potential, especially with clown. I could go many other directions as well, but right now I think that that's my goal, but things could change. She's not going to be ready for probably 3 years, most likely, but darn if I cannot wait. And just for reference, here is that GHI Spot Nose Clown boy. We called him King, even though I said I was done naming the ball pythons. King here is also, I believe, in shed, so they're a match made in heaven. But can you imagine these two combined? He's actually already breeding for me. I got him at Tinley in March from Canova. You can kind of see the rusty reds coming through here, especially when compared to him, but he doesn't have those rusty reds. See how here it's black and then fades. This is black and fades, but it fades into a rusty red. Overall, I'm very happy with what I ended up picking up. If you wanted to check out our full compilation of Tinley, which is over 2 hours, you can check that out right here. And if you wanted to check out the shorter abridged version with music, you can actually check that one out right here.